Hi everyone. So today again I thought I'd do another posters here video. I did one last week, but here we go, we're going to do another one this week. So first item, I'll pull this out. They look like conductors, but let's have a look. Certainly quite small. Right, these are, oh that's strange, there are two windings, so it's called a choke, and I think it's called something like common mode choke or something like that. It's a noise cancelling component, and to be honest I don't really know anything about them. But there we are. Yep, I think that's called common mode choke. I could be wrong, correct me if I'm wrong. But that's the first item. And how many did I get? I think I've got, well, let's have a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 10. So 20. No doubt I got those very cheap from China. What does the packaging say? Just to make sure there's nothing important I've missed. No, just a load of numbers. So there you go. I'll have to find out a bit more about those. Next thing is this. What's this? LCD panel adapter. It certainly doesn't look like a panel adapter to me. Ah, I think this is called the super high no, what is it? Super heterodyne transmitter and receiver. So what's what? That will be the transmitter. This will be the receiver here. Apparently these are very powerful and they can transmit long distances. Now I don't really know about that. So it says here on the can it's got a 13 megahertz maybe, but here it says R433, so it will be 433 megahertz I assume. And with the chip there it says PT4303. So yeah, we've got a transmitter and a receiver. I wonder if they're actually a pair or if I've mixed them up. Well, the pads look the same, don't they? So I assume they are a pair. Oh yeah, look, SRX 882 and SRX 882. So yeah, they are a pair. So there we have a transmitter and receiver. Let's just zoom in a bit more actually. We have some good quality antennae as well. Let's have a look. That will go in there like that. Yep, that looks good to me. And then here's the other one. Yeah. Let's have a look at the pins. We've got data, VCC and ground. So it's not an SPI device and it's not an I2C device. It's simply a digital device. So that's very interesting. I don't really know how that works at the moment. And what have we got here? We've got ground, data, chip select. Chip select and VCC. Well, chip select is SPI, but we've got some missing pins if that's the case. We're missing MOSI and MISO, so maybe it's some ad hoc design where, well, I don't really know. We'll have to find out. But anyway, at least it's got the model number there, SRX 882. I'll have to find out a bit more about that, but it certainly looks good. Put that back in there. And what's next? Next is this. What the hell's this? What is this? It's like some sort of, well, I don't know really, LED, battery LED or something. So we've got some pretty thick wires there. Why would there be thick wires there? And it's an LDR, which is light dependent resistor. Ah, I see. Well, I think I do anyway. This appears to be a torch which comes on in the dark and goes off in the light, I think. I wonder if I've got any, oh no, it says AA or equivalent. I wonder if I've got an AA battery. I'll go and have a look. So I found a AA cell. Just a cheap one, but it'll do. And let's put that in there. It actually looks really small, this AA cell. It's because I've been used to these 18650s for so long. So it appears as though it's something to do with light, so if I cover that, and there you go, so if I cover that, yeah, it lights up. And it's variable, so if I don't cover it fully, yeah, you see, you get a little glow. So if I turn this off, turn the lights off, on the other one, yeah, it glows. So what does this thing do here, this potentiometer? Let's have a look. It could be the level of light which is necessary to switch it on or off. Well, that's certainly quite solid. Or it could be the brightness or something. Let's try again like this. Oh yeah, it's the brightness. Okay, so turn the light back on if I can find it. Yeah, so that thing's the brightness. So in the darkness, I'll turn the other one on. In the darkness, this turns on. It's quite cool, really. Quite a good idea. So I suppose it'd be good for, I don't know, if it was a bit bigger, probably a bike light or something like that. Or something which you need to turn itself on without actually having to touch it. I can't think of a reason why you want to do that at the moment, but yeah, it appears as though that's what it is. How interesting. What's this one? Well, it's a kit. Let's have a look at it. Kit for what? That's the thing, it doesn't say. Let's have a look at the little PCB and see what we can see. So, diodes to start with. I just put in the wrong way, haven't I? Diodes. So it's obviously some sort of lighting thing. What's this here? Is it a transistor or something? C331, don't know what that is. In fact, where does it go? It must go there, maybe. 9014. Oh, sorry, right, S9014. It actually goes in there. But what is this circuit doing? That's what I don't really know at the moment. That's probably a transistor. We've got another transistor here. It's another 9014. Let's put that in. And what else have we got? We've got two wires, which presumably go into the VCC there. Another diode. It's still not clear to me what exactly this is doing. And VCC, presumably that's 3 volts or something. I have no idea what that is. Absolutely no idea. But I'll have to find out. That's the next item anyway. Incidentally, I've got loads of these kits. I might give them away because I don't need them. but we'll see. More to follow on that. So yeah, I don't really know what that is. Some sort of lighting, I don't know. Some sort of lighting project, I don't know. We'll find out. And what's next? There's one more product. I should say one more item really. And it's this. And I know what this is, and these are really, really good modules. I'm actually quite excited about them. Now there's no point in opening that because they're the same. But this is a very special module. Let me break one off to show you. I'll break them all apart. Zoom in. So this little thing, why am I so excited about this? Well, what exactly is it? Well, it's a step down converter and also a buck converter. So in other words, buck boost. But it's a special one because you actually solder a cell to this, a 3.6 volt cell here, lithium cell, and you charge the lithium cell using this here. So 5 volts in, it steps it down to whatever it needs to be, up to 4.2 volts to charge the cell, and then you can actually plug in a USB cable here to drain out 5 volts. So 5 volts in, 5 volts out. So what actually happens here is when you put 5 volts in, it steps it down to whatever the battery needs to be, which will be maximum of 4.2, and then when you come and get it out, when you want to get the power out again, USB is 5 volts, so it steps it up. So step down to whatever, step up to 5. How cool is that? Essentially, this is what you'd use to make an emergency battery charger, which I've actually made somewhere. But yeah, a very cool little module. But how much does it cost? I don't know. We'll find out. Incidentally, before I finish, the chip actually says hot chip HT4928S. So yeah, very interesting. Let's go and see where I got it all from. Right, so about these items now, where did I get them from, how much, etc. Well, to start with, I've just done something. I've just made this screen bigger so that it's a bit bigger for you guys to watch. Now, if you think this is a good idea or not a good idea, then let me know, because it used to be like this. Hang on. It used to be like that, and I think maybe it'll be better like that. So yeah, let me know. Anyway, so first item, 10 pieces, 10? I don't think it was 10. Anyway, 10 pieces, 5mm LED simple flash light, simple flash circuit production suite. So this thing, presumably, you give it power and it just flashes or blinks or something. So that's what that is. It's from Robot Home and it's £4 for 10 pieces. So that's quite cool. What does it say? Anything? No, not really. Voltage 3 to 14 volts. Oh, that is interesting. Yeah, that is interesting. So there's something more going on there for it to be able to accept 12 volts, but whatever. So there's the finished product, and that's all. It feels so weird having the screen like hugely magnified like this. Anyway, next item is the core, the inductor. Right, so I didn't really know exactly what this was. So 2 times 10 pieces, toroid core, right, yeah, common mode inductor choke, 1.2, presumably that's millihenries, because micro would be U, so then 40 milliohm 2 amp coil, so 2 amps can flow through it. So common mode inductor, what exactly is a common mode inductor? From what I remember, it's something where you can flow two lines through it, if that makes sense, to two different parts of a circuit, and basically it's an anti-noise component, but I'll have to look at this in a minute. So common mode inductor, we'll have to find out exactly what that is. Anyway, so it's 20 for £2.23 from Sunny-Store 6. I wonder if it says anything about it here. No, not really. Okay, so there's the next item. What's next? Right, now these, I really wanted to try these out because they're good for battery backup systems and stuff. So, boost converter step up module battery charging protection lithium module lot. And I got 10 of them, presumably, for £3.43 from IC Station. And we've pretty much already covered all what we need to cover, but let's go through it anyway. Charging current 1 amp, output current 1 amp, so it's 5 watts. Discharging stop at 2.9, that's a little bit low actually, but okay. Discharging efficiency 85%, yeah, that's probably about normal really. Preset 4.2 charging voltage with a precision of 1%, so that's good. 8 microamps. Is that right? Micro? Yeah, standby current, so it's nothing really. And that's that. So £3.43 from IC Station for 10. I think I bought 20 actually, but next item is this thing. So 100 meters 433 ask, which I think is amplitude shift keying or something. Radio frequency STX882 transmitter, RF receiver, and this is from TXHang_fans, and now this isn't the exact listing, but they are cheap. You can see that it's cheap. There's a day left and this one's £1, so it's gonna go cheap. What does it say? Anything interesting? And just some photos. Oh, it does say, right. So what does it say? High stability, blah blah blah, 3.6 volts, maximum transmitter power. Maximum transmitter power module under the same voltage in the market. Data port connected to the microcontroller directly. So ANT for antenna, data for data input, VCC and ground. Okay, and then on this one it says antenna, 50 ohm antenna, ground VCC. Right, yeah, CS, I wanted to know about this. Modules enable pin. So it's not chip select as we know it. It just means it was just an enable pin really. We usually see that as EN. Yeah, so basically it's nothing to do with SPI. High means work and low means turn off. Presumably that's to save power. So there we go. In fact, I want to have a play about with this now. Maybe it'll be one of my next videos, see if it's any good or not. So yeah, probably £1 or two. And now the last item is an interesting one. Now the last item was actually sent to me from one of my subscribers. So he very kindly sent it to me and said, there you go, as a gift, do whatever you want with it, have a look at it, give me some feedback. So yeah, I've done that, but I thought, well, I'll show the link, and if anyone wants to buy it, you can, and it'll probably help him out. So the one that I've got and shown you seems to be version 1, and this is version 2, I think. So you get 3 in one set, and presumably this is a more enhanced version. Let's have a quick look at it. Oh, I'll give you the link, by the way, in the description, as I always do, but let's have a quick look. So as you can see, it does look a bit different, but it's the same sort of thing really. Quite interesting. See, it fits on the battery housing. So let's see, what is it? Operates from a single AA battery and drains it down to 0.8 volts. It'll turn on when there is no light and will work for several days on a new battery depending on the setting. And then it doesn't matter about why you made it. So what you get 3 PCBs, and you supply your own battery and battery holders. Interesting. I've never used this site before really, Tindy. Anyway, so that's everything. So what I'll do now is I'll look at that thing that I didn't really understand. What was it? Common mode inductor or something? Let's have a look at that next. So, I'm on Wikipedia, and I want to look at, well, first of all, let's find out what a choke is. I think we all know anyway, but in electronics, a choke is an inductor used to block high frequency AC in an electrical circuit while passing low frequency or DC. It has a coil around a magnetic core, although some consist of blah 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 blah. Doesn't really matter about that. Blah 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 blah. Right. So basically, it filters changes in well, what would we say? A waveform. So basically, it likes DC and it opposes AC. In other words, it filters AC into a flat line like DC. At least that's my understanding of it. So, so what do we want to look at? Common mode. Okay. So common mode choke, where two coils are wound on a single core, is useful for suppression of electromagnetic interference and radio frequency interference from power lines and prevention of malfunctioning of power electronics device. It passes differential currents, equal but opposite, while blocking common mode currents. Blah 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 blah. Right, okay. Magnetic flux produced by differential mode currents in the core tend to cancel each other out since the windings are negative coupled. Choke presents little inductance or impedance to DM currents. Normally this also means that the core Right, so I said I'd talk about this common mode thing. So to start with, what's a choke? Well, I think probably you already know, but I'll just read through this anyway. In electronics, a choke is an inductor used to block high frequency or AC in an electrical circuit while passing lower frequency or DC. A choke usually consists of a coil of insulated wire, often wound around a magnetic core, although some consist of a donut-shaped bead of ferrite material strung on a wire. The choke's impedance increases with frequency. Low electrical resistance passes both AC and DC with little power loss, but its reactance limits the amount of AC passed. So, in other words, you could say it's a pro-DC component. If you've got ripples and basically an unclear line, and you want it to be DC, if you pass it through a choke, you're more likely to get that DC. So, yeah, basically, if you pass AC through it, you'll get a more DC sort of output. So yeah, it's an anti-noise thing. Anyway, what's the important bit? Common mode chokes. So common mode choke is a thing with two coils wrapped on a single core. It's useful for the suppression of electromagnetic interference, or EMI, for power supply lines and whatever else. So it passes differential currents, equal but opposite, while blocking common mode currents. And then blah 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 blah. They tend to cancel each other out. So what else to say here? High impedance because of the combined inductance of the positive coupled windings. Right. So these are commonly used in industrial, electrical and telecommunications applications to remove or decrease noise and related EMI. Right, okay, that's interesting. So, yeah, so you'd wrap both lines, presumably, a positive and negative, I think, and presumably that reduces noise somehow. I'm not actually familiar with these common mode things, I've never used them before. And there's a diagram there. Well, actually, here the source is AC, so yeah, I've got a rough idea of how they work. If you know how these things work, let me know. The difference between balanced twisted windings and conventional balanced two-winding CM choke is that the windings interact in the center of the core. Oh, I see. As opposed to being all on one side. Very interesting. I'm still not 100% clear on this, but it's an anti-noise thing, clearly. So cool. That's what I wanted to share with you. That's what I've got today. I hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching. Bye.